I'm Julie Robinson. I'm the Chief Scientist for the International Space Station for NASA. I represent all the scientists that are doing their research on the space station from all the different countries around the world. Over 95 countries have done research or education activities on the space station. And of course, our main partners are the 15 nations that have built the space station together. And I make sure all of those scientists' needs are represented as they carry out their research. NASA is using big data systems to help advance our exploration objectives. So one example is the alpha magnetic spectrometer. It is an instrument that is looking at galactic cosmic rays. These are particles that originated from the Big Bang or that are coming from deep space. And they've already measured about 60 billion observations of galactic cosmic rays. And what they're doing is they're looking in that data set for very rare particles, things like strangelets, and for the difference between the number of positrons and electrons and things like that. And so they're really mining that data to look for these rare events and understand the origin of the universe and the nature of dark matter. There's no other way to do it than to have this huge data set to look at. On the other hand, another example of big data is that we are taking data sets of astronauts and all the different parameters of their health and comparing them to data sets of large populations on Earth. We're trying to create a digital astronaut that helps us predict the effects of being in space on the human body, but we're also trying to look at our space data, both from humans and from animals that have flown in space, to find connections between what happens to astronaut and health on Earth. Things like bone loss, muscle wasting, and cardiac deconditioning that happen to astronauts when they're in space look a lot like what happens to people as they get older. So we're using big data techniques both to make ourselves better at managing astronaut health when they go to Mars someday, but also to make life better here on Earth with the knowledge that we gain. Well, one thing that's exciting to me about this event is the focus on entrepreneurship and innovation. One of our goals at NASA is to make the space station as a U.S. national laboratory a place for innovative research by small companies, innovative R&D. And so one of the things that has happened over the last few years is more and more companies are coming to either to NASA or especially to our National Lab Manager, CASIS, and bringing their experiments to ISS without the interference of a government agency. So it's really open for business. There are a wide variety of small companies providing services, and there's now real access. And so I've had the opportunity, and I'll have the opportunity today, to talk with people about how low Earth orbit could become part of the area where they do research, whether it's research in oil and gas, looking at remote sensing, or if it's medical research. There are great opportunities on the space station for those companies.